So guys, today back for another video on the channel. Today we're here for the preview FA Cup round 4. We all know who we beat in the last round, it was the Mackhams, but today away trip on Saturday against Fulham. As of recording this, they played in the second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. They're getting beat 1-0 as we speak, but how can happen in football? They've got, as recording this, 52nd minute, they've still got loads of time to get 2 goals back, but against a very good Liverpool team, it will be tough. But if you could leave a like, boys, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, it would mean if you could do so. Anyways, let's get in the video now. We'll start by looking at Fulham, looking at Newcastle for this FA Cup round 4 tie. So as I mentioned in the intro there, Fulham are playing now as we speak, getting beat 1-0. 3-1 on aggregate against Liverpool, and the goal scorer was Luis Diaz. But having a look at their squad is probably the squad that I expected to play. It's probably their best 11. Arguably that is starting the game against Liverpool. We'll go for it player by player, but looking at the bench, there's not really any changes that you would really make if you look at that Fulham team. So as we always do, a quick look at their team, and yeah, so start off and go Bert Leno. He had a good first year at Fulham, had a good season last year, done have it this season. Yeah, Fulham, Leno, good. Castañe's a summer signing, he's been alright. Tosin, I don't know how to say this, I hate pronouncing long names. Tosin, the centre half, he's been very good for Fulham. He said Diop, he's got a mistake in him, but he was okay for West Ham, done okay for Fulham. He's just your standard average centre half. Left back, Robertson, he's been very good. I swear he got linked to a couple of moves away from Fulham. I wasn't surprised as he's still quite young. Well, 26, I thought he was a lot younger than that. João Palhinha in the midfield, he's 28 years old. He obviously was linked to that move to Bayern Munich, and he's obviously still at Fulham. Tom Kearney, their captain. I was going to say he's captain. He's vanished a little bit because obviously in the Championship he helped them loads, and he came up and didn't really get into the team under the managers that they had, but he's starting to place himself into this Fulham team, and that's great for him. In the attack, Bobby Reid on the right. He was at Bristol City back in the Championship days when we were there. Okay player, but I think he scored a worldie in the third round of the FA Cup, whoever they got, I can't remember, but they won that game at home. Andres Pereira, very underrated player. He's not at the standard of what people, well, people don't say he is, but he's not at the standard of like being absolutely amazing, but he's very good at what he does. And yeah, Willian, obviously probably proven, obviously he always scores against Newcastle, so everyone always scores against Newcastle nowadays. And Raul Jimenez, obviously he wanted to get a little bit of revenge on that red card, but there was no questions asked about that. As I obviously mentioned about Fulham, Newcastle have already played them this season at home. Big game it was. Newcastle were in a bit of dodgy form. We got beat to Everton, got beat to Tottenham, then we got knocked out of the Champions League. It was so important to bounce back. We didn't look like performing, and then young Louis Miley gets the goal, and we won the game 3-0. Other goals were by Almiron and Dan Burn. Decent day at the office that day, good win, and then obviously it was Shaq's fucking event after, which was kind of good if you didn't see me there. But Fulham, on the other hand, came to St James's Park, and obviously the red card did kill them with Raul Jimenez. It was a definite red, it was a clear red, there was no doubt about it, it was a red card. What do you want us to say? I've seen the VAR and the referee audio, and you can't really go wrong. It was a reckless challenge. He was off the floor, hit off his head, and that's not, I wouldn't say arguably lost in the game, but they had no sort of power going forward after that. They just couldn't really get going for them and didn't really get a chance. They were playing for that 0-0, and it just crumbled towards the end where Newcastle started to pile so much pressure onto them. But Craven Cottage is a funny one over the years. I think the last 3 times I've played them at Craven Cottage, we've actually won. Thinking of that, yeah, we have beat them in the 18-19 season 4-0. In the 2021 season we beat them 2-0. And then last season at Craven Cottage we beat them 4-1. So can Newcastle make it 4 wins in a row at Craven Cottage? I'd love that. I'd love that. Fulham are a good team on the day. Depends on this Carabao Cup result. Obviously I've got to record this now, otherwise I'm getting knee cap. So I've got to record it during the game. It's a shame. I wish I could knew the final income, because I could be sitting here speaking negative about Fulham. But if they go out and win this game, obviously you know the result. I hope they've got beat. But if they win, they'll massively bring that momentum to Saturday and think, you know what, if we're in the final of a cup and it doesn't go to plan in the final against Chelsea, your rivals, we'll bring it to the FA Cup. But obviously Liverpool have a good team. They've still got to get 2 goals as we speak. But yeah, Fulham, very good team on the day. Obviously in the Carabao Cup semi-final, and they're there for a reason, so they are a good side. So then the tune, obviously, we've not played since that game versus Man City. I'll briefly speak about that and what's really happened during that time. But against City, we went 2-1 up and we sat back and then got caught out at the end to Kevin De Bruyne, and you couldn't really slate the lads. It's just been one of them seasons where noughts went our way, and it's been like that from the start. The signings to then the 90th minute goals, some of the referee decisions that are against our way, and we're sitting at the bottom of the table, and the only thing we've got to fight for is the FA Cup. If we can win this game against Fulham, I'll be very happy, extremely happy to try and progress as much as we can. Over the years we've done really bad in the FA Cup, but it's the only thing we're going to play for. Arguably, are we going to get top 7 this season with the financial fair play issues and the players leaving and the injuries? Probably not. We won't. So why not go for the FA Cup? I'd love it if Newcastle could go on a cup run. It give everyone a boost. Winning your games in the cup help you so much in the league. It gives you that momentum to be like, well, look, if we can do so well in the cup, we've got to show that performance in the league and whatnot. But obviously with signings, with injuries and all that jizz and jazz at the minute, it's a bit of a crazy one for the two, and it's been a crazy week since that Man City. So much has happened, but it's going to be a tough one. And obviously, as I mentioned, Newcastle's FA Cup form isn't great, especially our away form this season. We've only won 2 games away from home all season. Man United in the Carabao Cup and Sheffield United. So we've got to turn that round towards setting off the season. All we've got is the cup in the league, and after Villa on Tuesday, we've literally got Saturday games throughout the season. We've got time to train, time to develop, and there's no excuses now. The lads have had 2 weeks off. Fulham are playing on Wednesday. They've got 3 days rest. We've had 2 weeks rest. If Newcastle go into this game sloppy, not winning your second balls, a bit like that Luton performance, any sort of a performance like that, I will be shell shocked, absolutely shell shocked with what could happen with January in the transfer window and whatnot. We've only got 7-8 days left of the window, and it's not looking promising for the tune. But FA Cup, how can happen? The magic of the cup, they say. 7 PM kick off for the fans who are travelling down. I was going to try and get a ticket for the game. I was going to go, but with that 7 PM kick off, it's just not ideal. So yeah, if I've got to give a prediction, boys, we've not played in 2 weeks. The lads should be fit and ready. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Newcastle, live on ITV as well, boys. So if you want to go watch the game, let's have it. So that's the end of the preview for the Fulham game. Make sure to leave a like, boys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It would mean that if you could do so. Anyways, boys, I'll say it's all in the next one. Predict a team out tomorrow, and I might even do it. Either there'll be a video out today or tomorrow. I don't know. I'm doing a little transfer talk video, so make sure to stay tuned for that. See you in the next one, boys. Have a good one.